Hi, this is Zanya Winans with Golden Proportions Marketing, and I am here with Sophia Masters. And Sophia has been working with us for at least 10 years, and she has been through the last recession. So I was hoping, Sophia, that you could share a couple of things with people who are watching who haven't been through this kind of crisis before about what it takes to survive. So let me start you off by asking, what lessons do you think you learned from the last recession that you're currently able to apply to this particular crisis?
Well, I think that, sometimes these obstacles are opportunities. So I do think that this too shall pass. So I'm optimistic that we will survive this and we'll emerge on the other end better. And these are opportunities to kind of really look at what's important. I would recommend, even from the last recession, being careful where you're spending your money. Being careful of your debt load, being careful to, I think, live within your harvest and invest in your team and continue to really find ways to communicate with your patient population to give them confidence. I really think that we as dentists are uniquely positioned to sort of survive this. I'm very proud as dentists, the infection control measures that we've already had in place, the universal precautions, things like that, that we've already had in place that I think have kept our patients and ourselves and our teams safe. But use this time to invest in maybe some CE, use this time to kind of look at how you're going to communicate with your team and with your patients, who you are, what you're about, and how you're going to keep them safe. So I do think that we'll come out on the other end. I think we'll be well equipped. So.
Well, on that note, do you feel like you're better prepared this time around for this crisis? I mean, I know it took us all by surprise, but having been through the Great Recession, does it make this one seem manageable by comparison?
I think by virtue, I've been a dentist over 30 years. If I was younger, just starting out, having just bought a practice, I wasn't in that phase in 2008. So, we had an established practice. So I don't know that it might be different for me than than it may be for someone else. It kind of depends on where you're life. 2008 was slower. We all knew we weren't going to retire whenever we thought we were going to retire. We were going to be working longer. I just think we were careful, but yet at the same time, we saw it as an opportunity that we sort of needed to change things and market ourselves differently. So it really was during that recession that we really kind of invested in GPM, in creating our website and creating our brand. So that was an opportunity, I guess. And I'm encouraged. I think we'll get through this. We'll prevail. Maybe a little slow start, but we'll be.
Well, I remember actually when you came to us, goodness, I think you and I just talked, we mentioned that you came to us back in 2008. You were doing primarily Yellow Pages marketing, which wasn't unusual for doctors back then. So what strategies do you think that you put in place from the last recession that have helped your practice to recover since that point in time?
Oh, okay. Where do I begin? We had a lot of patients that would find us in the Yellow Pages, a lot. And it was hard to let that go. But what I quickly learned from Jen and your team was that if you're going to invest in marketing, you should be able to measure the return on your investment. And we were not able to do that. So GPM, you've been very strategic in helping us, not only with our initial branding back then, but also with the rebranding. And that took on different forms, everything from changing our sign outside that is visible by the road, and people do find you. You designed a beautiful sign, rebuilding our building our initial website, rebuilding it a few years back. The message on hold, we use you to train our team on the phone. We, have some beautiful print ads that in a local paper, again, with trackable numbers. So quarterly, we're able to really see where are these calls coming from. Are they coming from the internet? Are they coming from the print ads? How are people finding us? And that is just so valuable now that everything is so data driven. And then with the Google ads and the search words, we know what patients are looking for. So it's very strategic, very targeted, and very effective.
Well, I love hearing that. I can't argue with that at all.
Right.
So with the plan that you've got in place, I know you're working with Jen right now with a plan and the ability to track everything and really understand the return on investment. Are you optimistic that this particular recession is going to be one you'll overcome, come out of relatively quickly, all things considered?
I do. And, I think there will be some pent up demand. I think more than ever, we need to keep people out of the ERs and urgent cares because that's been huge. But we need to be found, and the way they find us is through your marketing strategies. That is, at the end of the day, that is how we're found. It really is. But having said that, you have to, and if I had to give advice to a younger dentist, is that you still need to, it's not a substitute, you still need to invest in yourselves. This is a great time to be taking continuing ed. There's a lot of free CE, investing in yourselves, investing in training your team, because your marketing strategies will make that phone ring 100%. But when that person answers the phone, they need to be well trained and take it from there. So, and then when they walk in the door into your office, you need to be able to communicate and deliver what you're about. So I think that what I love is thinking about it today, what GPM has been very effective at is capturing the emotion of who we are in our practice. And I do really feel that patients make decisions emotionally, not necessarily logically. So you can razzle-dazzle with procedures, but at the end of the day, there's an emotion connected to that decision making. And I think that you've been able to do that very effectively with a lot of the images and things that we have either on our website, in our print ads, or the way we communicate even over the phone. So that's been nice.
Well, I really enjoy hearing that. That's so nice to hear. Thank you. So that's it. I really just wanted to make sure that people who are watching and listening have an opportunity to see that recessions aren't fun, but they are absolutely manageable. And you have been there, done that, and it doesn't look like you're afraid of this.
We're going to be okay. We're going to pick up where we left off. I mean, we're not really going to change anything. We may be a little bit slower, but this isn't our first rodeo. There's an ebb and flow to all of this. And, we may be on the lower end of that curve right now, but we'll reemerge and we'll be okay.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thanks so much, Sonia. Take care. Bye-bye.